perfect cruising. Just lovely.
Dolphins and waves are getting a little bit bigger. Things have rollers at maybe 2 meters or so. Nothing too crazy, but making it nice and lively.
Okay, well I better get back to the cockpit now. Still got like 5 hours to go, so time to just relax, put on some music, enjoy the sounds. So we're on the way. Beautiful 12, 13 knots. The odd gust here and there, so got full sails up. Cruising at 8.5 knots or so with about 1 knot of tide, so that's nice. We got a bit some waves, pretty gentle. We've had this wind direction for about 2 days, about 10 knots or so. So we got some slow rollers, maybe meter, meter and a half. Really very comfy, beautiful little rolling sea.
And well, my dinghy situation so far seems to be doing pretty well. It's nice and high above the water. Like, yeah, if it's really rough, I definitely would stow it, but it seems that at least for now, it's holding on quite well. Here we see all the factories and stuff in the distance of Poseidon that I left about half an hour ago. Yeah, we're making great speed here. Nice cozy rollers. And a little Amsterdam flag there. And we're kind of, well, between upwind and a beam reach, kind of a nice tack. Movement of the boat is very chill. So yeah, I ain't complaining. This is like really nice. Looking forward to having a Texel beer.
Just love it. This is so nice. Days like this, days like this. So far so good. We're about 3/4 of the way, about maybe an hour and a half more. And the weather is perfect. We've had pretty much 12 knots the whole trip. So doing a steady 8-9 knots now with the tide, which is great. And yeah, we're just booking along. I overtook like 3 other boats, so that always feels nice.
We got the beautiful lighthouse there in the distance. And Spirit is holding up beautifully as always. A strong, sturdy boat.
Just sailing super nicely. So yeah, just chilling. And I can't wait to get on Texel. So we're almost there. You can see it behind me there. Kind of just changed tack a little bit. Now I'm pretty much on a beam reach right beside Texel. And there in the distance, you can already see kind of the last bend before the marina where I'm going. So about 45 minutes more, I think.
You can still see the lighthouse there from the Helder.
Super strong currents there for a minute. Had to really watch out and fight it.
But now really nice, calm, flat water here now that I'm in between the islands. So we're speeding along. Just lovely. Nice and sunny.
So we just took the sails down. Then we're here. Now it's just a matter of parking the boat. Not the easiest part actually. Total calm, like it. Getting ready to sail to Harlingen tomorrow. Up early, 7 o'clock. 5 hours, so it should be fun, but the prediction is 20 to 30 knots. So we'll see. Look at that.
There, somewhere far in the distance, about 40 miles, it's the next destination, and over there is Spirit, waiting, getting ready for next morning.
Here's the boat of some friends, expedition ship on its way to Iceland. Porola del Mar. Might join him at some point, so who knows.
Cool.
So, moving the boat real quick because tomorrow morning we're gonna have 29 knots, kind of on an unfavorable direction to the box that I was in. So there's this nice dock that puts me nicely ahead into the wind for an easy departure tomorrow morning. When you're solo sailing, you always have to take into account these type of maneuvers. So I'm making a quick change. Just to illustrate, this is why. So now I got the boat on one little line. And because of how the wind is blowing, I can just very easily take off. No hassle, no running, no throwing a lot of lines at the same time. So about 5 hours till the destination. It's beautiful weather. Should be quite windy though, so max around 29, 30 knots, average about 16, 17. Now usually in this part, when the prediction says average 25, it's usually 5 knots more, but it could also be 5 less, so we'll see. Should be pretty much a downwind sail, so I'm just gonna put out my Genoa and see if we can get there. just to show you. So we're doing a hefty 9 knots right now with the current underneath us. Let's switch to the sail. Should be really good this. So we're on the way to Harlingen from Texel. It's kind of interesting because my sail is blocking the sun like precisely. But I got a, well, textbook beam reach doing 8.8 knots. That's with about 1 knot of current, so don't think that my 12 meter can go that fast naturally, but look at this. This is definitely good stuff. Now these are incredibly strong tidal water, so at the high point I'll get about 2.5 knots or so in the same direction that I'm sailing in right now. And we get a lot of twists and turns, so sometimes I have it with me, but sometimes I also get it like right from the side or even against me. So there's a bit of a wormy way that we have to go through all of the shallows, because many of these areas will be land during the ebb tide. So it's one of those places where you just have to really watch out. But having said that, just look at it. There's my first marker already. Wow, we are going fast. Oh la 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 la. Normally I would enjoy the bow shot a little bit longer, but here I really don't want to mess around with the shallows. So you can kind of see, so this is kind of how my course is going to go. So I got to make this giant S, and then I'm going to go right up. So the current's going to sweep me right in there, so I really want to pay attention to make the turn in time and to also really hug kind of the starboard side, because that tide will just so easily put me off to the side there. Doing 8.9 knots now with the current. Just to be clear, my boat can't go that fast. About 8.1 is really the max, maybe 8.3 to the water, but that's really it. So we already got half a knot of current behind us, but still I like to see those kind of speeds on the anemometer. She's just flying along. So of course the sailors know this, but just to kind of illustrate, so you know, you can see here on my Orca map, like I'm trying to go kind of in between these two, but I'm aiming way below the first one, and that's because the current, the drift here is so strong that it will definitely put me quite a bit to the side over that time. So you know, sailing but compensating like all the time.
So nice. See how we're doing. Nice. 7.5 knots. About 20 knots of wind right now, so that's cool. There goes my next marker.
And yeah, I got a perfect course. Exactly where I want to be, so real good. Pretty chill, but we got like 24 knots or something wind with us now.
So you can clearly see all these white stripes and all the foam heads there on this really shallow area. You can quite clearly see this. So that'll be land, you know, half the day. Just right now with the tides, it's covered, and the same thing on the left. So you can see here also like lots of rip tides going on. Which is why we're navigating through all this with extra care. It can be so deceptive when you have the wind in your back. Like it can feel so calm when it's really not. Like as soon as I turn around, because I do have to
Go upwind for a while in about 2 hours, like the last little bit. So then we'll have probably 25 knots like full against us. With the speed of the boat, it'll be maybe 35 relative speed. So then it will be very different all of a sudden. And we'll have the same riptides everywhere. So yeah, I'm already looking forward to that.
But for now, with a beautiful little sunshine, it's fantastic.
And the town where we're going, Harling, is like actually one of the oldest towns. And I mean like old. Like this is an old Viking and Frisian city, thousands of years. So a beautiful center and everything, you'll like it, I think. So I have a little bit of like half an hour more on this particular course, and as you can see, it's still downwind, about 18 knots now, so it went down for a little bit, which is nice.
And the boat is really flat.
So now that everything is really flat, I'm going to kind of prepare my main, because once I make the turn and I have to go upwind the last part, I'm probably going to want to utilize my main a little bit. So with 20 knots, I'll probably just put maybe 2 reefs in, just to be sure, in case it really goes over 30 all of a sudden. So I can put that up at a moment's notice with reefs already ready, and with the boat really steady and a nice platform to work on. So it's nice to seize the opportunity to prepare for later. So let's do that.
Still nice and wild out here. Next marker in sight. Water's rushing all around. I mean, we're doing 8 knots and the water is still a little bit faster than me. So the waves are still kind of passing me by. Lots of fishing nets and towers everywhere. I don't know if you can see, but they're all over. There's lots of good fishes in here. Busy fishing area. And yeah, we're doing really good, just to know out. Wind is kind of varying now between 14 and 21, so right now it's a little bit higher. I think we're around 21, 22. So every once in a while we get a bit of a pull when we go like 8.5 knots. The last like 10 minutes it was a little better. We do like 14 to 16, so a little bit more calm. But
because I left really early and kind of anticipating that the water would get kicked up. So right now it's still pretty flat, which is kind of nice when you have a following sea, you know. So also because of the queasiness, because that's when you're going downwind with a lot of waves, that's like the perfect course to get a little sick, which I wasn't looking forward to. So now we got a beautiful, steady, almost, well, it's not exactly flat like as you can see. We're still bumping quite a bit, but 2-3 hours from now it's going to be kicked up a lot more. So a nice beam reach. Let's check the numbers. How we doing? Okay. Looking good on the next marker. Another a nice 7.5 and 18.5 knots. So it's fluctuating, like I said. Navionics agrees. It's always nice when both of the chart plotters agree, so I'll believe them. I think we're gonna go, actually, yeah. Orca has so many cool data, it's amazing. Let's give ourselves a few extra degrees. We're a bit high. Okay, course corrected. Onwards. It's always interesting when you're the only boat on the entire water. So I can see like most of the Waddenzee here, and there's just nobody out here. I'm literally like the only boat sailing right now, which is a nice feeling.
Stormwaarschuwing nummer 23 voor kust- en ruime binnenwateren. Texel, Harlingen, Rottum, Delfzijl, West 6. Overige districten geen waarschuwing. Einde van stormwaarschuwing nummer 23.
Einde van deze veiligheidsuitzending.
So, that was a gale warning, exactly for the town where I'm going.
So I can see some like big clouds there, and so probably they're gonna bring some, like it's basically nothing here, and then boom, there they are.
So very likely that's going to bring some wind. They're saying west 6, so right now I got 20 knots. That should be about
30 to 35 then. But well, we'll see. I have about an hour and a half, I think,
more on the strip, so I should be in pretty soon. The main thing, so again, a good reason why I left early is because this particular town where I'm going is completely downwind. Like it's all the way downwind of this entire sea. So if the rest of the day is 35 knots, than if I'd left at the second tidal window. It would have been like absolutely crazy winds and crazy standing waves and stuff. So very happy that I made, in that regard, the right choice. So let's hope that the actual gale waits until I'm there, but we'll see. So far still 16, 17 knots right now, so that's definitely not west 6, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so far so good. As you can see, we're starting to roll more and more. The waves are really starting to build now as we're getting to the lee side of this sea.
Another buoy here.
And now comes the really tricky bit. So, if this wasn't tricky enough. So basically here, I'm gonna have to, so I'm here right now, I'm gonna have to insert myself into this. And so this here is, well, this path is about maybe 20 meters wide. And especially one part of it here, right before, they can probably see it better here on avionics, has more detail. Like it's literally exactly the depth of my boat with the right tides. So you have to really get it right, and with high water but with a lot of current and maybe 20 knots of wind, it's always a bit tricky to move through there. So let's hope it all goes all right. Here, eating from the surf.
Thousands of them.
Really cool. So winds increased to a steady 21 knots now. So I made the journey a little bit smaller, about second reef I guess. And I'm still maintaining a nice like 7 knots or something. I'm just gonna keep it like that. I can see the dark kind of coming in from there. So I can show you guys.
So we can see the front coming in. Some dark rainy stuff looking there. So I hope I'll be able to, there I can see my destination. So I hope I'll be able to make it before that actually hit us, but I don't know, I'm probably gonna get the tail end of it as I come in. So
eyes wide, paying attention, and let's get there safely.
So as you can see
in here, we're definitely on the lee side now, so right here on the shore side. Right now in the middle of that squiggly little path. So eyes open, paying a lot of attention.
My next navigational marker is right there. Actually, I should probably drop off maybe the rear 5. Got some other traffic here also, which is always, well, interesting. Give them some space as well. As you can see, it's pretty lively in here.
The waves have really built up now, so full on. There it is! Harlingen! Right in the sun! It's quite splashy over here.
Still one, just a tiny bit of Genoa. Still going 7 knots.
Almost there. So you can see we're right in the tricky bit. Enormous current from the side, so it's really hard to keep right in between. So far so good. Nearly there, nearly there. So I made it. First to arrive. Now I have a lot of other boats behind me, and I'm right here in front of the, so they closed the storm doors of the city because it's kind of like an old borough, like a walled against the water as well. So I have to wait for at least an hour or so more till the storm clears. Kind of an interesting docking situation here. I have to walk this rather interesting bit. Yep. And we're on land. There she is in all her glory. We got a little lighthouse here. It's very stormy, it's about 26 knots sustained now. Lots of boats coming in. Such a cool town here because there are many classic boats everywhere. Wow, such a cool place. So here we got the old town. And so now I'm gonna have to go here through the storm gate, then through another little bridge there, and then there in the right in the heart of the city I'll be able to dock. So I'll be docking right there. So we found a spot in the old marina here next to some old beauties. It's so cool because it's like right in the old town with all these beautiful houses here. It's fantastic. You have to put a wood stick next to your boat because this is a tidal marina, so it's actually going to go down about 2 meters. So they have this kind of like metal bars that will take your line down. So my neighbors here are also going to try to hook onto that. But yeah, that was a real fun sail. So now I'm gonna relax, have a beer, and get ready for tomorrow. So I'm here right on the dock in this beautiful marina. That was a perfect day of sailing. I got myself a beautiful cup of nice tea with honey and milk to celebrate and relax. I got some friends coming by to do a beer later, so gonna be a nice evening. And actually the reason I'm here is I'm gonna do my Yacht Master this winter in November in Greece. Of course I will film it also, but I never did any REI courses, but I have lots of miles, about like more than 20,000. So they asked me to do one course before I can do the Yacht Master, which is the Day Skipper Offshore. So I'm here for that. So I'm gonna be restarting that tomorrow, so I get 4 days of training on board of another boat, and then the Wolf here has got to do the exam on day 5 next Friday. So gonna get ourselves some official sailing papers, you know, to do some extra cool deliveries and stuff, also nice for the channel. So wish me luck there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. Of course, Vendée Globe coming in November as well, so we're looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll be able to do a show every day at that point. Yeah, so make sure to like the video, subscribe. And next video, hopefully I'll be able to do some filming also during the Day Skipper course here. So looking forward to that. Honks going off in this very busy marina. It's completely chock full of classic boats. It's really cool here. If you ever have a chance to visit Harlingen, it's one of the oldest, well, before the Vikings there were the Frisians. Look it up, and this is one of the oldest Frisian, like there are like 3,000-year-old texts that mention this, well, it's a town now, but that mention this as a settlement by name, so pretty cool. Yeah, I'll probably add some more shots. But have a nice day, and thank you for watching. Ciao, ciao!